Let's begin with the big political news of the day coming in from down south. Not fighting to be Prime Minister but will play a national role. That's what KCR has said ahead of the national elections, which are due soon in about 2 years from now. But it's not the first time he actually made a mention of this. He said that before 2019 as well. And in the past couple of months, Chandrasekhara has met a battery of national leaders and regional party heads as well, pushing for a third front to keep BJP out of power in the country.
ये दोनों नेशनल पार्टी जो कहलाते हैं अपने आप को कांग्रेस और भाजपा, दोनों में भी फेल हो गया। अट्टर फ्लॉप गवर्नमेंट। इस भाजपा सरकार को उखाड़ के बंगाल खाड़ी में फेंक देना चाहिए, तब तक ये देश आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा। देयर इज अ नीड फॉर ए क्वालिटेटिव चेंज इन द नेशन। 75 valuable years have gone. It's very high time now. Yes, shortly we'll start working. What exactly this country needs, we'll tell the whole country in the required manner, the fitting manner. There is a requirement for a revolution in the country. Unless we fight, we will never be able to change. हिंदुस्तान को ऐसा परिवर्तन करेंगे, 2 साल के अंदर जगमगाता हिंदुस्तान इस दुनिया को पेश करेंगे।
Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhara has made clear amply his intention to play a national role. He in fact says a qualitative change is required, but he clarified that he is not fighting to become Prime Minister, and he believes something that he has been saying for quite a while now, that both the national parties have in fact failed the country, and he had made such an attempt for a non-BJP, non-Congress front even before the 2019 elections, and right now, yes, he is going to be meeting other leaders. Already he has met with the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, Tejasvi Yadav. He met with other leaders as well, and he has in fact said that he has spoken to Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and intends to go to Mumbai to meet him as well. But he says, like in the case of Telangana, he does not intend to go after leaders, but he wants to awaken the youth of the country because they must fight for their own future. That's what he says. On the upcoming elections, KCR says that he does not see this as a semi-final for the 2024 parliament elections, and says that BJP may manage to win, but they in Uttar Pradesh, but that their influence or their power would certainly come down, and if they do manage to win also, he says that their arrogance would go up, and that would make them make more mistakes, and he believes that it will be the beginning of the end for the BJP. KCR did all this while in fact taking on the central government on the union budget, which he says was not friendly to either the SC, ST or the poor people or the farmers. He in fact said the Prime Minister had shed tears, or rather apologized to the farmers after the farmers' protest, but had failed to mention even the farmers in the budget. He said that urea subsidy had been cut. He pointed out that the allocation for SC, ST was also very less compared to the population. He says if it is an estimated population of 30 crore, he says the population should actually be 40 crore, and the allocations that they made of about 12,800 crore rupees is far from sufficient. He also questioned the announcement that there would be the interlinking of rivers, saying that without consulting the states, the centre cannot go ahead when there are tribunals in place which have the authority of a court of law. Personally also, he made quite scathing remarks about both the BJP as well as the Prime Minister. He in fact made comments about the Prime Minister trying to look, like he said before the Bengal elections, like Rabindranath Tagore, trying to look like a Sardarji before the Punjab elections, and that he would dress according to the election season, is how the Chief Minister put it. And interestingly, the Chief Minister will in fact come face to face with the Prime Minister on the 5th of February, when the Prime Minister is expected here for the Ramanujacharya statue inauguration on the 5th of February, when this 1,000 crore rupees complex has been put up and the Prime Minister is expected there. And when I asked him whether he would be physically present to greet the Prime Minister after these scathing remarks, he said yes, it is part of protocol, and therefore he would be there to welcome the Prime Minister, and added that even on the chopper ride with the Prime Minister, he would bring up these issues that are of concern. Another point that the Chief Minister in fact made is saying that we now require a debate, he says, on a new constitution, and he was specifically referring perhaps to the kind of center-state relations that have there, and which kind of makes the centre much powerful compared to the states. And in fact, he said it, he put it this way, that not just the BJP but also the Congress had failed to implement cooperative federalism, and therefore there is a need for a debate on a new constitution for the country.